Hey friends, welcome back to Beauty Grows Hope. Today we are going to make this just ridiculously adorable little succulent garden for your windowsill. So what you need if you're going to make your own of this, any kind of little container, ideally with some drainage in it. And in this case I have these cute adorable little succulents. These are all little Echeverias. And isn't this one beautiful? So we have a couple little succulents. I have this tiny little baby agave, which we're gonna stick in there because it's so adorable. We have some cactus soil, and we have some little rocks to put on top at the end. And I have two just random rocks from my yard. I'm putting at the very bottom. It's tricky with holes. You want to kind of protect the hole so it doesn't get clogged, or something that will make it really easy for everything to drain out of your pot. In this case, I'm just gonna put one or two nice little scoops in the bottom. Ooh, now these gloves. One promise, you guys, I'm never going to recommend something to you that I haven't tried or that I'm not a huge fan of. And these, I've had them for 4 years. I'm obsessed with them. Anytime it starts to get cold outside, these are insulated. So right now, it's decent temperature out here. I don't know what it is. 50s? My assistant, Tansy, will look it up for us. But anyway, you don't have to wear as many layers if I'm wearing these gloves, which is always a win for me. So,
it's 48.
No, it's 40. Yeah, it's 48. Feels clearly like a lot. Oh, well, sadly, this little succulent, when I pulled it up, I think he's just lacking a bit of root. Let me check. There's a little wood louse in here that was eating a bunch of his roots. So that's not good. Well, it's all right. We're going to give him a try anyway. These are always the moments where it's good to remember the plants are on your side. They want to live. So even though I might be sad he doesn't have as many roots as I wanted him to, he wants to do well. So we're going to give him a chance to regrow his roots. So I'm going to tuck him very carefully in the corner here. Now, some of you know, with my cancer history, I have to be really careful with this hand and arm. That's why it'll be different tattoos all the time. Not because I somehow change tattoos every week, but because I have different sleeves that I wear to help keep my body happy after the surgeries I've had and all complications people get. And I needed to find a new way to be well. So, at least if I have to wear a sleeve, I decided they should be fun ones. That's why I've got like 6 patterns. A few people reached out to me after one video. They're like, Heather, I love your new tattoo. I'm like, I know, and it was painless. Well, I mean, I had surgeries, but I didn't have any needles to get it done. So here we go. Now this one, you can see is a little extra happy. Look at all those happy roots. So we're gonna just kind of fluff out the roots a little. I call it combing the roots sometimes. Basically, you want to signal to the plant you're not in the pot anymore. You have room to branch out. And again, I feel like that's a message we all need sometimes. Whether you're being stuck in your pot is just the normal pandemic life pattern you're in now, which may not be your favorite, but you're doing it. If it's some other relationship or situation in your world, I think it's just a reminder sometimes that we might need to reevaluate. You might need to stretch your roots a little. So here we go. We're getting these plants tucked in. You know what? I have a different cactus that's a little taller. I might actually bring and put over in that corner, like right here behind this guy. So I'm going to scooch that over a little bit and tuck a little more plants, soil in the back of this pot. Now, it's a myth that cactuses don't want to be watered. They do, it's just not very often. And they actually still want fertilizer. And I should show you, maybe I'll bring it out. I have another cactus that is about to bloom right now. And I'm so enchanted. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this adorable little barrel cactus. When you look how tiny it is, and that little flower starting to bloom. I'll post some on Instagram soon of it when it's in full flower, but I'm a huge fan, and every year for the last 3 years, I got that little cactus when I was going through chemo treatment, and here it is, blooming away. Other little cacti here that, you know, it got a little disheveled. It got knocked over, and I think the cats tried to like play with it and probably got stabbed. So I'm just gonna kind of take this one apart. I'll re-put it back together in a different order that I like a little better. But this one cactus, I think, is really a pretty one. And we're gonna stick it into our new little succulent pot and see how it does in this one corner. They can wrap around each other, and that's totally fine. It's not gonna hurt them. Sometimes in a container, you purposely put things closer together than you normally would in a garden. Okay, so I added this adorable little cactus, whose name I'm currently forgetting. Now my kids say I can't use chemo brain as my excuse anymore, but every once in a while talking to other cancer survivors, they say that the chemo brain side effects linger way longer. And if it's not chemo brain, if it's just that suddenly today I forgot the name of this cactus, you know what? That's okay too. I am very good at looking things up. So if I really need to know it, I'll know it. And I feel like, if nothing else, there's this piece, I think for all of us, the self-compassion piece, right? When you've either been through something hard or you're going through something hard and your brain just is maybe not quite working the way it used to, or talked to a lot of people during all of this pandemic who are like, oh, this thing that used to be easy for me, you know, making dinner or filling out forms or whatever it is, and you have a day where it's just way harder than you expected. And I just think it's a moment to be really kind to yourself and to realize that, like these little plants stretching out their roots, it might be not the most comfortable thing. Have your roots combed out, that this little plant gets a new spot to grow. Okay, my assistant says I'm being too cheesy. Which might be true. But I hope that when you come to this show, you get to learn practical things and just have moments too to reflect on what helps you through all of the good and the bad that comes up in life. Not pretending that the hard things aren't there, not diminishing or saying that the good things aren't just ridiculously good. Both can exist. So here we go today, guys. I'm gonna water it. Ha! It's not rooted in quite enough yet. In this case, it also means I will probably get a rock to help with this one, because this is a beautiful plant and it's just not getting quite deep enough and heavy enough to get rooted in there. I'll give you a picture at the very end, guys. Okay, friends, so what I did in the end to keep my Pearl Echeveria where I wanted is I added a couple rocks. Now I'm thoroughly watering it in. Now, cactus really don't like being like sopping wet. I'm gonna get some cloth or something and wipe off the outside. Can you see how pretty that is though? It's gonna be this breath of fresh air / make me think of the Southwest and the desert and somewhere full of sunshine and heat, which is not what I'm getting right now, or most of you. And I'm also gonna water this happy little cactus and get the blooms to be even happier, add a little more soil to it. And the next video I post, I promise, will be about seed starting. But the truth is, it's like we want to start seeds, but depending where you live, this is actually still a little early. You kind of have to think, wait till after Valentine's Day. You might get seeds for Valentine's Day, who knows? You can hope. Anyway,